Welcome to our New Year's Eve fire ritual. Happy New Year's Eve. So right now what I'm doing, and you can't quite see it, but I'm just I'm lighting up. I'll show you in a sec. I'm lighting candles. I'm setting up my space. I decided to be outside. It's not raining, and that's really nice. And I just love being outside. My husband and I are in an Airbnb here in Los Angeles, and it's very small, and we have to share the space, and we both work at home. So my happy place is outside. So even though it's in the 50s, which isn't too bad for I know some parts of the world, to me that's like the Antarctic. You know, I'm a Hawaii girl. I love the beach. So I'm also going to ask you guys to sign up for the motivational magic magazine if you're not already, if you're not members of my community, because I send you a bunch of this stuff. Um, and I'll talk more about that too. So, all right, because I've got some things I want to send you. All right, so I have a bunch of candles burning. And I'm a candle person. I love candles anyway. I think they make me feel better. They help me lift my mood. I'm one of those who has Christmas lights hung up in my office all year round when I'm in my own space. I also have in my little space, I have a picture of my son. Um, and having photographs of things you care about, people you care about is fantastic. I have my bell. I have a shame none bell. When I was on strike, I created a costume, and my friend and I were shame nuns, and we shame nunned all over the place, all over Los Angeles, all the studios. Hey, Edmund, good to see you. I have obviously matches. I love the feeling of striking a big match. So I like these big matches. Um, you can use an aim and flame or whatever works for you. I have colored papers, old construction paper. I have regular paper. And I also have a pair of scissors because unless you're by a fireplace or a fire pit, I'm burning in a Pyrex dish, and I don't want to set the Airbnb on fire. So I'm going to cut pieces into small pieces of paper so I can burn them as is appropriate, slowly, not getting into a great big blaze. I love a big blaze, don't get me wrong. I used to have fire pits, two at my house, plus a fireplace. My husband calls me a fire bug, and there's some truth to that. All right, and then I have small bells. So I have a small bell and a big bell, and I have markers. So one of the things we'll talk about is that when you write, and when you write anything, if you're a journaler or if you're a writer, or if you're just a person who occasionally wants to put something up to remind themselves, there is importance in color. Color helps to bring your attention in. It can give it meaning. Just the color gives it meaning to you, and that's what counts. Why are we doing this? Because we are informing our brain of our intentions. So I know that there's a lot of other kinds of ways you can look at it. That's completely up to you. What I like to do is look at the brain science. I know that whatever we infuse with meaning and belief makes it very powerful. Hey, Ben, and that's cool too. I want you to use all of yourself, what means something to you. I love color because it makes it pop. It takes it out of the mundane and brings it gets my attention. My attention is so scattered these days. I don't know about you, but with the modern life, I'm pulled in so many different directions, and I'm trying to do so many different things. So to have something, if I wanted to have keep my attention and to have meaning, and for me to stay on target, that Star Wars meme, stay on target. That's me. I need that reminder constantly. So we did a vision board workshop, and one of the things was to divide your board into color and use colored paper for words that mean something to you. If you don't have colored paper, markers, cheapo markers, doesn't matter. I like also pens that I can write easily with when I'm making lists and things like that. I have like a green pen, and it's more my positive pen. Then I have a black pen. It's like my firm pen. This is like real reality. You know, when I want to kind of get a little more happy place, I use my colored pens. All right. Even when I travel, I have all these colorful things with me. It just helps, you know, and I need all the help I can get. I don't know about you. I bought some cheap markers that were on sale. I think I got them at Walmart, to be honest. And they're, you know, they probably won't last more than a month, but it'll get me through. What I will do too is, like I said, I'll send you, if you are signed up in our magazine, I'm going to send the magazine list, details of this and some additional fun things. Human brains love ritual, and it's shown up throughout our history. Rituals mean something, and the brain science behind it is we have a reticular activating system. You guys know, because you've heard me, if you're around, you hear me talk about the RAS all the time. It's like the house elf of our brain. It has no judgment, but whatever you focus on, it's gonna bring you more of that. It's like, yeah, okay, they want more gloom and doom scrolling. We'll go out and find the news that makes you feel miserable. Awesome. If that's what you want, we're here to serve, right? But if you want to focus on what you do want, we need to keep putting that in, because another piece of brain, fun fact here, is the brain is designed for negativity. That's what kept us alive. Thousands, tens and tens of thousands of years ago, we needed to be constantly vigilant. Now we're constantly vigilant for the wrong things. So we need to give our brain what to focus on. That reticular activating system needs information. And that's what we're going to work with today. We're going to give our house elves their marching orders for 2024. So like I set up my space, light your candles. And the first thing that we're going to do is start to breathe with me. And that is taking in a nice, slow, deep breath. Don't stress your body out. Just start to stretch into a deeper breath. And then suspend the breath along the top for a while. Just suspend it. And then you start to slowly control the exhale out. We want to control the exhale so it's twice as long as our inhale. And when you get to the bottom of the breath, push it out and make more room for this nice inhale. And you can inhale a little quicker now, and you have more room. Suspend the breath for a little longer if you can, if it feels good. We don't want to activate your amygdala by stimulating it and by panting or breathing too hard. And then slowly release the breath when it's right for you. And at the bottom of the breath, whenever you're ready, push it all the way out. And inhale. So we're following a box shape. Inhale, suspend the breath. Exhale, push it out at the bottom. It's not going to be really a box. It's going to be all lopsided. The sides will change. And that's good. That's normal and natural. I want you to, as you're breathing and as we talk, keep the breathing going. Why are we doing this? This is calming down your whole polyvagal system. It stands the amygdala down. The amygdala is what I call the fear dragon. And when we stand him down, he curls up and goes to sleep. And that's what we want right now. The fear dragon is there to protect us. It doesn't know, though, that we don't need protecting right in this moment. And the fear dragon, when it gets going, the amygdala will send stress hormones into your brain case. It shuts down the brain so that all of your resources go into your limbs for fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. But it also, the stress hormones are not only shutting down the brain, they're shutting down your problem solving, your creativity. And it's not great for the brain to stay bathed in stress hormones, as you can imagine. So just by doing this box breath, if you take away nothing else from me today, practicing this box breath wherever you can, because what it does is it calms down, puts the amygdala into a nice restful place. And the brain is now being bathed with beneficial hormones, and it can rest and it can recover and it can heal. And we really need it to do that. And that embraces your creativity, that opens you up, you start to unfurl. Being stressed is a constricted state. Being relaxed is an expansive state. And now we're creative, we can think, we can problem solve, we can do what it is we really want to do. Calming down the system and just breathing slowly. And you can do this while we're actually being productive. Keep breathing. Have your paper ready. Have a pen ready. Have it right nearby so you can use it in a minute. Breathing. Now I want you to, and you can close your eyes if this feels good. I want you to reflect for a moment while we're doing this nice slow breathing on 2023. There's so much that went on for you in 2023. And that's just amazing. There's so much we've learned. There's so much we've been through. There's things we accomplished. There's things we didn't. Sometimes that's for the best. But as we're looking back today, as if you have a calendar in your mind, just start to flick through the calendar and start to think about not the tasks, not the assignments, not the workload, but more of what did you experience? Did you have moments of loneliness? Did you feel connected? Did you meet new people? Did you connect with old friends? What did you succeed at? What did you do a little better? And they're not going to write all this down. This is just stuff to get you to help you kind of start reflecting. Did you accomplish some things you hoped to accomplish? Did you change your health patterns, or did you succeed at something you were trying to do in your career? Did you pay off any debt? Did you not? And that's okay, because what we're going to do is some releasing. But first, we're just reflecting on this past year a little bit. And we're going to use fire to burn away the detritus of last year, the emotions and people you wish to release. And as we do this, know that as we let go, and we are going to do that together, we're going to start to let go and release. You're creating space in your life. So we must put in what you want here, what you want more of in your life, because when you create space, you open up a vacuum and the universe will fill that. You know, it's just a law. Where there's space, it will get filled. So we're going to focus on what you want, not what you don't want. Important, though, that we make space first. So as you're just thinking and letting it flow, letting this here kind of flow through you. At first, we're going to let go of what the things are you don't want, the emotions, experiences, people. You no longer wish to have a hold on you or you don't want them to have a hold on you. So what can you let go of, and what do you want to let go of you? What kind of holds on to you? Old resentments, old fears, old limiting beliefs. A very common one that I have is that I'm not enough. And you could fill that in with something specific to you. Maybe you don't feel smart enough. You don't feel young enough. You don't feel old enough. You don't feel experienced enough. That imposter syndrome, so many of us creative types can carry with us. And I also want to remind you, we're doing this New Year's Eve. You can do this anytime you feel stuck, or it's the start of a new season, or the start of a new job, or the start of a new relationship, or whatever is a demarcation for you, you can do this work. Allow yourself to open your heart. And it's okay if you get emotional. The emotions they don't stay forever. Emotions flow like waves. Let them, and it's really important to let them move. They're meant to move. They're meant to move like energy in the ocean. Let it move up and out. Ground yourself. I like to imagine myself bonded to Mother Earth in an energetic way. And when I lead meditations, as some of you know, I imagine a golden light all around me that represents my energetic force. And you have it too. We all sense it with people when we can feel their energy. And then I imagine a cord that forms at the bottom of my feet that flows down through the crust of the planet and connects to the heart of Mother Earth. So we're always connected. This is our human bond to our planet. We're made of her. And we can always ground with her. Imagine yourself grounded to her. It doesn't matter if you're in an airplane, you're always connected to Mother Earth. Part of who we are. Allow yourself to open and unfurl. Allow yourself to know you are safe right now. You are safe right now. You're safe with me. And you're safe right where you are, in your home or wherever you are, Airbnbs, friend's house, parents' house, wherever you are. See what is behind a moment that held you back. Do you feel like you held back? Because we all do at some point. And you probably did. And maybe you were hurt. Or maybe you were disappointed. Or maybe one of those limiting beliefs got in the way. What was it? You need to forgive someone, and you just haven't been able to yet. We are all there with someone somewhere. Do you sense your energy still being tied to something or someone else? Do you still sense a weight? What is it? Breathing deeply, just let it go. You're safe, you're good. I know sometimes this is unpleasant, but we're not going to stay here. I'm not going to leave you here. It's important. We cannot be free of what we're not willing to look at. Does that make sense? We must acknowledge it in order to do anything about it. It's not what we're taught necessarily. Now, still taking care of yourself, still breathing take your piece of paper and your pen and start to make notes if you haven't already. And you can make them all on a bigger piece of paper, and we'll cut them up to burn them just to make sure you're safe. But first, start to write down. Write down what you think is holding you back. If you've got questions for me, pop them in the chat. So conversely, because you're thinking about what you don't want anymore, you don't want to carry these lock boxes into 2024. You don't want this shit holding you back anymore. You may have some stuff coming up about what you do want. What would you like to fill that void? You can, on a separate piece of paper, start writing that down. When we burn the resentments, when we burn the limiting beliefs, when we burn whatever it is we want to let go of, it's going to give space, a bright new space to rise from these ashes. And the phoenix is the new you, is the new things you want to bring into your life. What do you want to welcome into the new year? So I before we get on too much, I wanted to show you something that we're talking about energy, the energy of having kindled the fire and flame, the stagnation of old and heavy, to move energy. You know, where in the new year, how we blow horns and make sounds, that's very ancient stuff. That's from ancient humanity, because ancient humans understood that energy needed to move, and they would put words to that energy. They would call it things like demons, or they'd call it, they'd have specific entities that they believed in. It's simply stuck energy. The Chinese believe in feng shui, and feng shui is all about the energy of the space. So you can take from any tradition that works for you. This will work with everything, but there's actual science behind it, in that you can clear energy by ringing bells. You can clear energy by drumming, by music, putting on great music. Who doesn't feel that? Drumming grounds you to the planet. It grounds you to Mother Earth. I really experienced that growing up with my son, who's a drummer. And from the moment when he was little, picking up his first lessons in drumming, it was so wonderful. He got a djembe, hand drums, and I used to play with him because it was so cathartic and wonderful. I don't know anything about any of that, but it was so great. Where are my little bells? Okay, so while you're writing stuff down, you want to just move some energy around. You can shake your bells. You can put on music. You can make sure you've got your fires lit, because that is so great in dispelling old stuff. It also lights up. I like little lights, and lighting is really important to me. When I have the special lamps, I like light in corners, but also music. My husband's he's so tolerant of me and my Lord of the Rings, my Harry Potter soundtrack. I love those ambient things. I love it. So feel free, if you feel stuck, if you feel angry, if you're feeling something you don't want to feel, it's a great time to ring your bell, bang your drum. There's just something so good about that, and it helps you get it out of your body. Moving around. My neighbors, they've been hearing me do meditation out here for months and months and months. So they think I am a crazy woman. I guess I am. Welcome to my world. So while we're working on this, feel free to go ahead and shake your bells to make sure your candles are around you. Do whatever you feel like you need to adjust. Pay attention to that, because it's something is coming through, and that's awesome. You want to make it physical, because then it gets it out of your body. Getting it out of your body is important. We hold so much trapped in the body, and that creates disease. It creates problems. It creates stomach aches, it creates headaches, it creates migraines. Did I summon my husband with my bell?
I am here, my love.
P5 music, absolutely. Raise your voice. Singing is so wonderful, even humming, like Philip mentioned, because it also stimulates the polyvagal. That's why, these ancient traditions of chanting, om, all of that moves this stuff. It's so beneficial. You don't have to believe in anything. Just doing it for your body is fantastic. All right, moving on. Thanks, you guys. All right. So you're starting to write down what you want to, and both sides will show up. That's why I kind of do this at the same time, because both will show up. Sometimes you write down what you don't want, and that helps you to know what you do want. That's where I had to work when I started this stuff. I didn't really know what I wanted, but I knew what I didn't want to feel anymore. I knew I didn't want to feel broke. I didn't want to feel terrified. I didn't want to feel like I hated myself. What would I like to feel? That helped me find, I wanted to feel like I was worthy. I wanted to feel like I was able. I wanted to feel stimulated and creative and excited about trying new things and not being afraid to try them. When we try new things, kids, you may not get the thing you're trying for, but you're going to learn something. You're going to meet someone. You're going to develop something new that you never expected because you had that passion to go for a thing. So it's not necessarily about the thing, although it can be, but it's about who you become on the way. That's why it's so important to pay attention to what you do want. And I want to help you find that. If you don't already know, first thing is to make space for it. What do you not want? Okay, what do you do? What do you want? And if you want abundance and specifically money, use green, right? Use gold. If you want to stop something, use red. If you want it to blossom, if the purple. If you want to feel peace, how about aqua, pink, orange? What colors speak to you? We have a vision board workshop, and I really encourage. I would love for you to watch that. If you're a member, you have access. All right. So what do you wish to welcome into the new year? A specific goal, like completing a creative project or achieving a skill, take a class, go to an event. What would you like people in your life, people who support you, situations that will nourish you, something new in yourself. What would you like to develop new in yourself? Confidence or acceptance? A general transformation of energy in your life, feeling more joyful, more hopeful, being able to embrace that. I think it's really important to incorporate surprise. You put out there how you want to feel and let the universe bring that to you. We don't always know what's best for us. And the universe is probably going to have something even better than you could have thought of. Synchronicity, power of chance, serendipity, right? So being willing to experience the flow when you give space for the magic, but keeping your intention on the positivity, on the beneficial, on the love for yourself and for others. That's the kind of synchronicities you want. So now, if you've got your paper and you've written some things on them, you can ring your bell around it, you can shake it, you can pass it around the heat of your candle. Don't burn it yet. you can charge the things that you want with a mantra. Well, I have one for you. This is a way to set your intention, to get your brain going, to get those house elves what they want to do. All right, so we'll say the mantras in a minute. And you can have your own mantra, or you can I'll share something with you so we can do it. Do you have any questions or anything you want to put in the chat? Oh, yes. Yeah, Doug, for sure. What are some things you want to bring into your life? You can put it in the chat, or you can just unmute. I will share, because I think there's power in sharing. I will share that I keep coming up with layers of financial chaos. I have this weird, and I know it's not mine. I have some sort of my father and my grandparents. My grandparents were financial wellness. That's it. So, but it's so much deeper and weird. And I think that what I've got is some. I picked up my grandparents and my dad's financial chaos, and I've been working on shedding the layers, but I feel like now I've kind of hit the seed core of it, and it's a big heavy one, you know. So I'm really excited about releasing that, because on the other side of that, I think it's going to be like when a dam breaks, that it's just going to flow, and it's not just about the money, it's about my own well-being and confidence, and being able to serve you guys in bigger and better ways, because there's something weird about it. And I can't even, oh, I love that, Hallie. I think that sometimes these core limiting beliefs affect us in all aspects of our lives. All right, so get ready for your fire. I want to share a note to the universe, and I would like you to make a note to write your own. But here's mine. Here's one I wrote for us today. Dear universe, closing 2023. I want to thank you for the much needed personal growth through valuable lessons, awakenings, healings, and realignments for the next level of my life. I acknowledge that even what seemed the delays and failures were preparations for my greater success in 2024. Dear universe, I know you always serve my highest and greatest good, shifting me years ahead in life, where I belong and with whom. With this message, I release all attachment, low vibes, past hurts, blockages, stagnant energy, any negativity, including old negative karma that I may still carry. By releasing what needs to be released, I enable a major shift that brings me years ahead in life to where I'm meant to be and with who in 2024. I am totally reaping what I sowed and getting the blessings and rewards that I deserve. And I like the Star Trek, make it so. I just like make it so. So you can write a letter of gratitude for your lessons and expectations for the next year. You definitely need to expect good things. You definitely need to expect good things, shifts. And then it helps when you have a trip up, when you fall on your face, because we will and we do, you have to. Or when you get a kick in the butt, thank you. Okay, I'm learning something. Okay, what's happening? And if it's confusing or if it feels like it's too much, bring it in. Bring it in here. We help each other. That's what my community is all about. So that we can bear and realize and shift our perception that this thing happened. Oh, yeah, I see why it happened. Oh, I see what I can do differently. But if you're constricted around the pain, the resentment, the fear, the burden, you can't open up, be creative, and see the next right step. All right, got your fire? Now I would cut up your resentments, what you're letting go of, cut it up into smaller pieces. If you're not by a fireplace. If you're by a fireplace, wad it up, throw it in. Then I like doing it over a candle. So you just cut up your piece of paper into several pieces of paper. You can say something like, I am ready. I'm ready to release these lessons. I am ready to release feelings, circumstances of the past that no longer have anything to teach me. I acknowledge my past and I'm ready to learn, experience, and have something new. Say what you want, say whatever comes to mind. I am ready to let go of this stuff, this bullshit. If you're like me, I'd say, get rid of this fucking shit. I am ready. Thank you for the lessons. Let's thank we're alive, we made it. Let's just say thanks for that. And I'm ready for something new. And I'm just putting it in my Pyrex. There we go, burning it up. Keep going till you burn it all up. Yes, of course, that's absolutely true. Nice. And when you're done, you can ring your bells, bang your drum over it. All that old shit out of the way. Ben, I like your face. All right, now bring up your new stuff. Bring up what you want. It's giving Phoenix energy to the intentions you're ready to draw into your life out of the flames. These new things are coming for you this year. Now, let's start to burn them. And here's say something appropriate for you. I invite these energies into my life. I'm ready to start serving my best self, my highest self, be more present, to welcome nourishing emotions and circumstances into my life that I may flourish and grow. I'm bringing in my abundance. Here I've got my green paper. Success to you all. Success, abundance, of love, of hope, of peaceful moments, of sweetness, achieving goals. If you have something, drink or to toast with, my ultra mug. If you have some favorite toasts, I'd love to know them, but here's to love and laughter and to happily ever after. May we always be grateful for the past, find joy in the present, and remain excited for the future. Out with the old, in with the new. Cheers to the future and all that we do. Here's to the year ahead, our brightest one yet. Cheers.
Here is to us all reaching our goals.
Cheers to that.
Cheers all.
Oh, cheers to you. I I want to support you.
According to Benjamin Franklin, be at war with your vices, at peace with your neighbors, and let every new year find you a better man or a better woman.
Oh, that's a great one. That's Ben Franklin.
That's Ben Franklin.
Wow.
Beautiful.
I have a list of affirmations for the new year. I have a calendar affirmation, opening your calendar, how stressful that can be sometimes. I have make sure that you're signed up for our newsletter. So if you're not signed up for it, it's free. You sign up for it, and I'll put those affirmations into the next magazine. And I think that we try really hard to make it a valuable email. I try not to ever overdo, and it only goes out once a month. It's not going to take up too much space. I'm really excited for you to have an amazing year. We're going through, we've been going through a cycle of some really hard shit since 2016? How long since it's just like, and you keep getting slammed. It's like these mountains we keep climbing, and then there's another set of higher mountains. It never stops. And life is a tsunami, and we just need to learn to become surfers. We surf those waves, and sometimes we face plant. But if we have each other, you've got a place to go to where people understand what you're trying to do. And for me, that has been actually life-changing. It really is important that you're around people who get it. So please just stay in touch if you're not in the community. And you've got a place where I try to do something once a month that's just open to everybody, and come in and get some support in what you're trying to do. You can do it. I mean, I completely believe wholly in my heart that we are meant to follow our desires, because that's the path that brings us to our fullest self, that helps you become the you're meant to be. You are nobody's like you. Nobody has what you have. Nobody's done what you've done. You're the only combination of you there is, and we need you. And we need each other. We need you to be the best you, the most happy you, we need you to bring your magic juju into the world, and that is why I want to support you on doing what it is you want to do, because there's a reason you want to do it. I really believe that. Have a great rest of your New Year's, wherever you are in the world, your New Year's Eve and your New Year's Day. Yeah, I just want to encourage you to go for it and go for your dreams. You've got this. There's a reason. I mean it. There's a reason. You're on the path, and you're supposed to be. And it's not supposed to be easy. I don't know for what reason. Who knows? But there's a reason we want what we want, and there's always something more that we want. And that's life, and it makes it exciting, and it makes it interesting, and it keeps us engaged and meeting new people and doing new things. So,
well, here's to a very happy New Year's, and to a very, very quick recovery for you.
Thank you. And to all of you, let me pull up something good to say. Release any fears and doubts that block us from achieving our goals. You deserve love, joy, and abundance in all areas of your life. And I know that you do. And that this year is going to be an adventure in the right direction. Anything else?
Happy New Year all.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
For the road ahead.
For the road ahead. Yes, indeed.
Of that mug.
My mug.
One that says F off, I'm writing.
My resolution for the year ahead.
Awesome.
Says the writer. Awesome. That's so awesome. Thanks, guys.